Hi team, I hope you're all well. Today we're going to be filming my May TBR. I will be taking part in Final Book Support Group in May, which will be running from the 19th to the 25th. If you have missed the announcement for this video, I will leave a link to it up here somewhere and in the description box down below. But it is the next round of Final Book Support Group, so I am going to be trying to get some continuation stations and final books on here if at all possible. But as always, I will be using my TBR jar. So to kick us off, let's do my Patron part. If you didn't know, my top tier or top 2-tier patrons get to put a book in this jar for me, and I pick one out a month and try and read it. So far, I am only behind on one, which was January's. Maybe that's one I should try and put on Final Book Support Group as continuation station, because it was always only us, always only you, whatever the frig it was, by Chloe Leese, book 2 in the Bergman Brothers series. So maybe I could try and fit that on. We'll see. But what do we have here? I'm nervous. I can't remember what's in here. That's upside down. Get the fuck out. No, because, okay, here's the thing. So my 25 books in 2025 is a combination of 12 books from 12 friends and Buzzwordathon. Now, this month's buzzword is it door? What is the Buzzwordathon for this month? Oh, it's 2 and 2. So my book for this month, and this is not a joke, like you can go back and watch my 25 books in 2025 if you don't believe me. My book for this month is the Door-to-Door Bookstore, which I've just pulled out of the pot. I can't believe that's just happened. Victoria, shout out to you. This is translated fiction, so it will count for my translated fiction prompt for the month, which I tried to do a translated fiction, a classic, and a non-fiction every month. So this will count for my translated fiction pick as well as Buzzwordathon. I think, does it count for Buzzwordathon on the cover as well? Oh, eyes on the cover for me. Okay, I'm gonna have to remember that. Okay, the synopsis for this one. I can't believe that's just happened. I'm sure I did something similar in April as well. Manifesting. There's a book written for every one of us. Carl may be 72 years old, but he's young at heart. Every night he goes door to door delivering books by hand to his local customers. He knows their every desire and preference, carefully selecting the perfect story for each person. One evening, as he makes his rounds, 9-year-old Sasha appears, loud and precarious. She insists on accompanying him and even tries to teach him a thing or two about books. When Carl's job at the bookstore is threatened, will the old man and the girl in the yellow raincoat be able to restore Carl's way of life and return the joy of reading to his little European town? The Door-to-Door Bookstore is a heartwarming tale of the value of friendship, the magic of reading, and the power of books to unite us all. Fairly certain this is translated from German. Yeah, originally published in German. So it's translated fiction, but a different type of translated fiction than I usually pick up, which is great news. So, yay. I can't believe that just happened. What are the chances? But I couldn't do that again. Not that I'm doing it again, because I only pick one from the Patron pot, but still. Okay. Now we move on to the prompt jar. Give it a good shake. We're going to start off saying I'm going to do 5 of these. We'll see how it goes. I may do more, but we'll see. I think I did more last month, didn't I? Because I picked a Kindle Unlimited out. Do this one. I don't know if it's upside down or not. Oh, 25 books in 2025. I just put one of those on here. Okay. I can't remember what I have left. Oh, you know what I do have left? Shadow Princess. Book 4 in the Zodiac Academy. I should probably pick something like that. I also have Empire of the Damned. Shit. The Door-to-Door Bookstore would account for this if I hadn't already pulled out my Patron pot. Okay, so I'm thinking I I have a handful of continuation stations that I could pick, but they're all relatively chunky, and I'm actually kind of in the mood for messy. So we're going to go extra messy and pick Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. This has been put on my TBR by Lindsay. So thank you, Lindsay, for putting this on my TBR. It's about time I got to this, honestly. I have the first 4 in the series, and every time I see, because I don't know how long these versions will stay out for, but every time I see the 5th one in the shop, I'm like, should I pick this up? And then I don't, so I probably should. Okay, the synopsis on the inside. She's a beautiful, affluent, self-involved and mildly neurotic London socialite. He is Britain's most photographed bad boy who broke her heart. Magnolia Parks and BJ Ballantyne are meant to be, and everyone knows it. She dates other people to keep him at bay. He sleeps with other girls to get back at her for it. But at the end of their every sad endeavour to get over one another, it's still each other they crawl back to. Only now their dysfunction is catching up with them, pulling at their seams and fraying the world they've built. A world where neither has ever let the other go completely. As the cracks start to show and secrets begin to surface, Magnolia and BJ are finally forced to face the formidable question they've been avoiding all their lives. How many loves do you really get in a lifetime? Fair enough. Okay, so 25 books in 2025. Lindsay, we're putting Magnolia Parks on the TBR. Am I ready? I don't know. I feel like I'm going to have to go into this quite open-minded because I've heard it's incredibly messy and an incredibly toxic relationship. So, you know, at the first signs of toxicity, I can't be like, nah, I can't read this anymore, it's too toxic. Well, I can be, but I have to, you know, I've got to go into it completely aware that this is a very toxic relationship. But yeah, Magnolia Parks on the TBR. Okay, let's do our second prompt. Okay, let's do this one. What do we have? It's upside down. Focus. A graphic novel. Okay. I don't have a great deal of graphic novels these days because the majority of what I have are manga. To be a part of it. Telephone? Hello. New York, New York. Okay, graphic novel prompt. After having a little sing-song with myself, I have decided to go for a continuation station, which is the Adventure Zone Volume 5, Book 5, yeah, the 11th Hour. And I really enjoy this series. This is like a D&D campaign where we follow our main characters who are... I cannot remember their names of the characters because it's been so long since I picked this up. It usually gives you a rundown of who the characters are. It's given me a rundown on previously on. Anyway, we follow our main characters, but... Oh, Taco, Magnus and Mill. They're all different types of D&D characters. And then we have also the Dungeon Master, who every now and then will pop in and have a word with his characters and what's going on. But I just really enjoy this. Based on the Blockbuster podcast where the McElroy brothers and their dad play a tabletop RPG, and illustrated by cartooning powerhouse Carrie Pitish. The Adventure Zone, the 11th Hour is a thrilling new chapter in this series. I just love the illustration style. It's very colourful and I really enjoy it. And I've been meaning to get to this, but this is the chunkiest one in the series so far. So it's about time I got to it. Put it on for a continuation station. Maybe I'll move on to Volume 6 as well for Final Book Support Group. I don't know if that is actually the final one, but it's the most up-to-date one that's out, or that I at least have on my shelves. So let's pick book number 3. I can't remember what prompts are in here anymore. Okay, illustrated cover. I have a handful stacked up here that I could pick from. I think I'll go for Rainbow Grey Battle of the Skies by Laura Ellen Anderson. At the point of filming this, I haven't yet read the second one, but I plan on doing so before the end of April is up, because it'll be a quick read for me to get through for 30 books in 30 days. So this is the final book in the series, and it's about time I finished it off. So I'm excited. This is a middle grade. It's heavily illustrated, which will really help me out with final book support group. And not only that, but it is the final book in the series, and this is the Waterstones exclusive edition. We do follow Rainbow Grey and her trying to get to grips with her powers and things like that, and that's all I'm going to tell you, because I don't want to read the back of the book, because I've not read book 2 yet. So I'm putting Rainbow Grey at Battle of the Skies on here for illustrated cover. It is very much so an illustrated cover by Laura herself. Also, look at those sprayed edges, aren't they stunning? So yeah, let's pop that on there. Okay, 3 books down. Let's do our 4th. I've got 2. Let's do that one. Let's do this one. Oh, a gifted book. Okay.
2 very boring minutes later.
Okay, I actually forgot I need to get this on my TBR. I was going to try and read it in April before it officially came out, but I haven't had a chance to do so, and I don't think I'm going to get a chance to do so, and the audiobook comes out in May. I am on the book troupe live show for this one with Gabby and Gav, so I'm very excited to read it. So it will be read in May, but the book in question is When the Wolf Comes Home by Nat Cassidy. I have been sent a physical arc of this. I have been sent a finished copy. I also have an e-arc of it, so I've very much so been gifted 3 copies of this for sure. So although it's not a gifted copy from someone outside of a publishing house, it is still a gifted copy. So I'm okay, right, just open the page to that. Fantastic. So yeah, When the Wolf Comes Home. This is following a woman who one night ends up coming across a little boy, 5-year-old runaway. Yeah, 5-year-old runaway outside her apartment who's hiding in the bushes, and after a violent encounter between the boy and his father, she decides that she's going to take off with the little boy to protect him, and then some shit gets weird. I don't know anything else other than that, but I'm excited to give this a read and discuss it with Gabby and Gav. I think it's going to be a great time. So I'm looking forward to this one for gifted book. Okay, that was book number 5. No, it wasn't. It was book number 4. Let's do book number 5, and then I'll decide whether or not to do book number 6. Let's do this one. This is a chunky one. What is this? Oh. What does that say? A book with a person on the cover. Ooh, fascinating. Okay, I have a couple of these, actually. The rest of my books have persons on the cover. Some of them are illustrated, some not so much. I really should have read this by now. I'm going to put this one on. I'm going to put Soul of a Witch on by Harley LaRue. I don't know how much that counts, but there is a person on the cover. And this is, you know, an actual person, whereas the rest were illustrated. This one does follow, it's the 3rd book in this series, the Souls trilogy, and I really enjoyed the other 2, and it's about time I got to this one by now. It's following Evelyn, who's a witch. I am the servant of a merciless God. I am the daughter of a preacher. All my life, my power has been controlled by others. They raised me to be meek and stifled my magic, but no more. A brutal murder led me to discover a mysterious house full of magic and the ancient powerful demon within. He says my power can change the world, that I can kill the evil creature I once worshipped. But at what cost? Callum. For 2,000 years I've been alone, slaughtering fallen gods as I searched for the witch that haunted my dreams, begging for my help. Now that I found her, I will protect her with my life. But when the fate of earth, heaven and hell hangs in the balance, not even her soul is safe from destruction. If a choice must be made, I'll let the world burn if it means having her as my own. Dun, dun, dun. I feel like this is a good choice. It's not a small one. Wow, it's nearly 600 pages, 591 pages. But it's a final book and I should have gotten to it by now. I have no idea when this came out. I feel like it was ages ago, but I don't think it... Oh, 2023. Yeah, ages ago. Okay. Let's whack that on for a book with a person on the cover. That was a long prompt. Okay, I want to do one more. I always get carried away with these things. Let's do this. A small book, under 300 pages. Ooh, okay. Is this small? It is. Yes, I'll put it on. It's my non-fiction for the month. I'm going to put on Normally Weird and Weirdly Normal, My Adventure in Neurodiversity by Robin Ince. This does come out in May. It comes out on the 1st of May, actually, so I will read it very early on in May, but I want to listen to the audiobook because Robin actually narrates the book. So I would like to listen to the audiobook, I think. I think that will be interesting. A powerful personal exploration of anxiety, ADHD and neurodiversity. Normally Weird and Weirdly Normal reminds us all, no matter how weird we feel, that it's okay to be a little bit different. We all are. What if being a bit weird is actually entirely normal? What if sharing our internal struggles wasn't a sign of weakness, but strength? And I think that this will be fascinating, and I think I will potentially relate very, very much so, especially with, you know, having ADHD myself. So looking forward to giving this one a read. Or I also have anxiety too. A powerful personal exploration of anxiety, ADHD and self-acceptance. I feel like I've just read that out loud already. But yeah, 1st of May this comes out if anybody was interested. So this will be my non-fiction for the month. I haven't got a classic on here. So that is what my TBR looks like for the month so far. So we've got the door-to-door bookstore, which as it turns out is actually my translated fiction pick for the month, but also my buzzwordathon for the month, and that one was picked for me by Victoria. I think Magnolia Parks for 25 books in 2025, Rainbow Grey Battle for the Skies for a illustrated cover. When the Wolf Comes Home by Nat Cassidy for a gifted book, Soul of a Witch by Harley LaRue for a book with a person on the cover, and Normally Weird and Weirdly Normal for a small book under 300 pages. I forgot to tell you how many pages was in this, actually. It is under 300 pages, significantly under, actually. I mean, including endnotes, it's 258 pages. There will be an index in here, so I don't know if it will finish officially on under 300 pages, but for right now this one is under 300 pages. So small book. I forgot to put my prompt in there. So yeah, that is my TBR as far as pulling books is concerned. Books that I did have pulled out potentially for Final Book Support Group: Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. I just recently read Out on a Limb, which I really enjoyed, and I'm very much so looking forward to Sarah and Caleb's story. So I've got that one. Then I also have Daydream by Hannah Grace. I haven't yet read Wildfire, but my aim is to try and read it by the end of April, so it might be nice to just wrap the series up. And then I also had Ghostsmith by Nikki Palparetto, which is a sequel to Bonesmith, and I should have read by now, but I haven't yet done so, which again would wrap the series up. It would be nice to actually do like a bunch of actual final books for the month of May for Final Book Support Group. But I have to pick a classic as well at some point. I don't know what I will pick for it. I do have Jurassic Park on my mind, so I might pick that by Michael Crichton, because I just put it on my Our Fantasy board as well, and it may be on my horror bingo. I'm not sure, but we'll see. You'll find out in vlogs, I've no doubt. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Chat to me in the comments down below. What are you planning on reading in the month of May? Do you have anything specific that you're planning on picking up? Let me know in the comments down below. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye for now.